Welcome to Work the Left Side. We are here to discuss There's a True Grit show coming up this Friday. So obviously, I am joined by the dynamic duo that is Paul and Dan, and we are going to sit and discuss the True Grit games. Gentlemen, how are you both?
All good, mate. All good. Excited to be getting to another Friday night show.
Yeah, it feels like too long since I've been to a wrestling show. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
So it kind of feels weird. It feels like ages since I spoke to you guys as well, because we didn't get to do one for the last York show, I think it was. So this is kind of right. We missed that one just due to, I think, my subscription to StreamYard had run out and people were busy, and it was just like, right, we'll pass on this one. So we're going to make this one doubly good to make up for not doing the last one. And in all fairness, the matches themselves give us plenty to talk about. There's a lot of awesomeness. There's 7 matches, which is pretty much standard, for True Grit, and every match just is gonna be. There's a couple of they haven't released a match graphic thing yet, so we can't work bottom to top. So I'm just going to start talking about a match first. Oh, can we?
We can, because I will go in reverse order of what JC did in the preview in the newsletter today that dropped.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
See, I found a way.
Yeah, that's good, because I always prefer it when it's set out, because it doesn't look like I'm highlighting a match first. Because often normally it might be the first match I start talking about, barring the main event, could be the one that I'm most excited about. It kind of, but it's like, right, this way, it's equal. So in reverse order from the newsletter, what we got first?
Yeah, it might look like I'm recording in a cave, but I do have my ways. So first up is actually the very first sponsor match from True Grit, because JC is running this thing where if you want to sponsor a match that can work something out, put a bit of money in, I presume. I don't know how it all works. We have our first sponsor, which is Jobbing with Nikki YouTube channel, run by Nikki Haith. Doing fantastic work. They're getting around shows with Jeebus and all that. So, and she's picked, 2 of her lads, let's say, from Blackheart, Sammy Blue versus Gung Ho Muttley. And I'm looking forward to this one, because these two have got big futures. Sammy, we've spoken about on this show many times, really had a sort of a breakthrough few months in True Grit. Gung Ho we've seen once or twice, but now, I'm looking forward to seeing a bit of Battle of the Blackheart boys.
Yeah, because as well, obviously, they're no strangers to each other, as we've sort of said before. They've met numerous times. It's almost like modern day Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens. They'll fight forever, I'm sure. So sometimes they work together, sometimes they're a bit of enemies, sometimes one's face, one's heel, vice versa. Any Blackheart fans will obviously be kind of used to the Sammy being the super brat and Gung Ho being the face. Obviously, in True Grit, it's flipped. Sammy's coming into it as the face, and Gung Ho's the egotistical, narcissistic sports star, who can do 10 push-ups and thinks he's absolutely boss.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. Like I say, I like both guys, and it's going to be a great sort of showcase of the talents, as I said before. But before I run away with it, what about you, Paul? You looking forward to this one?
Yeah, looking forward to it. Like I don't know them, too well. I've only seen what they've done in True Grit. Thomas is becoming quite a fan of Gung Ho Muttley. I think it's the entrance theme. He loves the entrance theme. He's captivated by it. I've drove to Blackpool with it on repeat, and literally had it on for an hour and he still didn't get fed up. But I don't think these 2 guys that understand each other better than these 2. If Sammy was pick somebody who he has the best chemistry with, it would be no other than Gung Ho Muttley. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what they're going to do. It's going to be a good one.
Yes. What are the chances of Mr. Only coming out, though, do we think, to try and keep the peace and maybe get them on side? Seeing that Mr. Sean Only is now face.
Yeah.
I think pretty slim, to be honest. I think if we're going to see any sort of exterior involvement, either somebody coming into this match or one of these guys going on to do something else in the show, I think we're actually more likely to see Sammy taking Shane Monae's corner later on, after what happened with them between those two at the Pride event, because Sammy's coming off great showings, albeit losing showings against Shane Monae, and before that Adam Bolt.
Yeah.
So I would very much like to see Sammy Blue in Shane Monae's corner to counter Jackie T, but we'll come to that when we get to it. But yeah, I don't think we'll necessarily see any Sean only on this show. Wouldn't be against it, you know.
Exactly.
Little blackout faction.
Yeah, what reason I mention it obviously is, you know, Sean O'Reilly's going to have a target on his back now from the regime. So we know obviously he's got Billy on side. So I'm just thinking he might be looking for people to watch his back against the regime. So it is close.
I think there's more than enough people that would stand by Sean Only's side against that group of. Yeah, I'm not going to say the word.
That's not me. I don't think that. Obviously, I'm just subscribing somebody else. Yeah.
I've got to be careful now because the kids are watching them all back when they know, man. So yeah, I'm going to try and keep, especially my language, to the best that I can.
Well, I would apologise, but I'm not sorry.
Nah.
Anyway, it turns out, actually, I found out word on the street. I say word on the street. It turns out Sash is actually a big fan of this show and watches it all back. So, you know, must be speaking some sense at some points, mustn't we? But we'll move on. Yeah, Sammy versus Gung Ho, going to be good. Sammy's got the speed and power. Got the speed. Gung Ho's got the power. It's going to be a really good mix. Looking forward to it.
Yes, definitely. So, yeah, this is a match that I think is just going to do exactly as it says on the tin. It's going to be very, very cool. And it's very cool as well for it to be in Leeds, for it to be at, you know, left bank. I think that means something as well, kind of thing. It's just the atmosphere is going to be great. So, yeah, what's next?
And great, sorry, as well, for Nikki to be, I know you mentioned it before, but sponsor the match and the hot tag as well. Nikki's now part of the Hot Tag Foundation.
Yes.
She announced that. So, yeah, really, really good stuff that they do. So, obviously, I wanted to shout that out for like Nikki.
And it'll be she's out for her birthday on that night as well. So, I think she's 30 years old. I'm not going to say her true age, but I think she's 30 years old. 27? Oh, I might have been a bit gnarly then. I apologise. I think it was actually might actually be 21. I don't know. But yeah, happy early birthday, obviously, to Nikki for Friday night.
Watching not watch this at all and like completely miss it.
Yeah, probably. Won't surprise me. But the what's next?
Next up is Lana Austin versus Melissa Fierce. And to anyone who doesn't have the newsletter, there is now a stipulation on this one. Which one that I wanted to see. It's a number one contenders match for the True Grit Women's title. So the winner takes on Alexis Falcon. Now, we don't know if that's going to be in York or the next league show. Alexis Falcon is due to make her first defence of the women's title at the next York show. Yeah. But yeah, Lana Austin, Melissa Fierce, great to see both of them back. It's been a minute for Lana, hasn't it? It's been quite a while. I did mean to look up when...
Her last match was not the last York one, but the one before. It was the Fatal 4-Way, where it was Alexis, Rio, Lana, and Holly.
Ah, Invasion, yes. Of course it was. I was thinking the last singles match for Lana has been quite well. I think it was...
I can remember the Rumble against Rio. I'm not sure I can remember one after. Oh, no, she had Redemption.
Yeah, against Holly Barlow.
I remember that night well. That was against Holly Barlow.
Yeah, that's the one.
I think that is the one, isn't it?
Yeah. But great to see them both back. Again, this is just going to be a banger. Lana Austin, you know, knows more about wrestling at this point than the vast majority of people around. She's a true veteran of the scene and a leader of British wrestling. Absolutely, and Melissa never disappoints when she comes in. So, the big question is that will we get any Lana Oki, or is that time passed us by?
No, hang on. Well, let's just pause for a second. Who do we think is going to win the Sammy Gung Ho match? So I was just thinking we normally try and predict the winners just so they're recorded on here as well. Who's your money on for the Sammy Gung Ho match?
Do you know, I've not put my predictions together yet, which is pretty bad for the guy who runs the prediction league on the Discord. Let me have a think here.
I'm torn on this. I'd like to see both of them. Well, obviously, you're never going to get both. I feel like Sammy deserves a win, off the back of the two losses and in the fashion that they were, fantastic matches. Well, I like Gungo as well. Nothing personal, but I think Sammy deserves the win, and I'd like to see Sammy win. As much as I like to see Gungo there, I feel Sammy deserves the win.
Yeah, I again, not to besmirch Gungo's boss, but like I said, Sammy's put in 2 awesome losing performances. I think it's time to get that W.
Yeah.
So
he's due a bit of a statement win, and to get that over somebody who's wrestled so many times as Gungo, then that'll be massive. So I think we're all on the same page there.
And I'm going to put my money on obviously Melissa winning the next match that we just talked about. So it sets up Melissa Fierce versus Alexis Falcon, purely because Lana's kind of still got that.
That's what I'm wondering now. Is she heel? Is she face? We're still getting teased with the Lally business. So could Holly be there? But I'm guessing she's going to be more the heel for this match. So yeah, I'm still going to go for Lana to win against Melissa.
Melissa for the W.
I have seen that Holly's injured at the minute, so I don't know if I know she's turned up at like Eve, where Lana and Holly are the tag champs and bits and pieces there, but I know she's not up to doing a full match at the minute. But I think I'm going to side with Nick and go for Melissa Fierce, mainly because I want to see the rematch from True Grit Mayhem.
That was a good match. That was a very good match.
Yeah, a really good match, and for it to be for the women's title, it'd be brilliant. But really, whoever wins, it doesn't matter because you're going to get a banger against Alexis Falcon. And we're in for a great match with this as well.
Ring of Honor star Alexis Falcon, I'd just like to say as well.
Yes. Yeah. Caught that as well. Brilliant. I'm looking forward to this match. I always love Lana doing her stuff. She calls herself the Queen of Mean, and then I've never been sat front row and got the full force of it. But maybe give Jeebus some shit. That'd be a laugh. Yeah, will it be really, Jeebus? But yeah, just because I want to see that rematch, I'm going to go for Melissa Fierce.
Man, what's next?
Next up is a match I didn't know I needed to see until I saw it on paper, and it's the returning B.A. Rose versus H.T. Drake. The battle of the guys with first initials and surnames.
Mighty Beards.
And Mighty Beards, yeah. Oh, imagine if it was a loser shaves the beard match.
Oh, is it a stipulation on this one? I know BA usually turns for a ceremonial hardcore match, but I've not seen anything.
Nope. No, it's just
it ain't going to be a pillow fight anyway, but yeah.
It ain't going to tickle, we'll say that. No. But no, man, I was so... Because I just want to shout this out before we go any further as well. It's, the match poster, the show poster came out, and I think all 3 of us called every match on the back of that poster. And when I thought we are going to get B.A. Rose versus H.T. Drake, and I was just like, please. If I've predicted this wrong, I'm going to be so gutted. And then the matches started coming out, and it was all like left side versus right side. Yep. And then they announced this match, and I was just like, fucking A. Sorry.
And a beautiful poster as well, once again by Elliot. And
amazing. Amazing.
I was on Twitter the other day, and I saw somebody giving quite a bit of shit to Elliot. Elliot is one of the best, if not the best, at what he does. And, you've always got our back, Elliot. Don't let any dickheads bring you down.
Send them our way.
I think it was on Instagram or Twitter. I was fuming when I read it.
Wow. Whoever it was can get fucked.
Can get to chuff. Right. As I say,
we appreciate it, all the effort into them posters, and that makes True Grit, that notch above the others, the finesse and the quality of what they do, the video packages, the posters, the talent, the production, everything around it. And I was fuming when I read the shit that Elliot got off someone. So yeah, I just wanted to make it clear that that poster, fantastic.
Yeah, I'm saying that. I'm not saying it in a bad way. It's not negative. It's just I've managed to. The posters are always, and always.
Yeah, I know what you meant. It just came on my mind when you said the poster. I had a flashback to last night. It was reading that. So yeah,
Paul's firing up. He's ready to get back in the ring.
That's legitimately just boiled my piss. But yeah, the dude's awesome. He does some amazing work. Nothing but love for Elliot. His work is always top notch. So anybody who's got a bad thing to say about it can come talk to us. Come see me at a show if they're ever at a show. Let's discuss it. Let's just tell me what's so gnarly about it. Why do you feel the need?
Yeah, it was through a burner account as well. Like obviously, I probably spoke about it and give it a bit more of a platform than I should have done. But yeah, it's through a burner account off somebody that's completely irrelevant. But yeah.
Well, we'll dismiss that then. They're not worth any more time.
Yeah.
BA Rose.
We'll get back to the match.
Oh God, what? BA Rose, HT Drake. Even if it's like I said, it's no stipulation, just a wrestling match. This is gonna be just like you said, Dan. It's a match I've not even thought about in my head. I'm never even ever fantasy booked this match, and now I'm kicking myself to be like, why have I never thought about this match before? Why have I never tried to put it out in the universe previously? It's just. This is going to be just.
It's one of those that's almost too obvious because it's going to be quality. Because BA and Drake, BA Rose does the death match and the hardcore stuff incredibly well. But first and foremost, he is a very bloody good wrestler. He just really is. I've watched this guy for must be 8 years now, and I've never seen him put even a fraction of a toe wrong. He's just so good, and so is Drake. We've extolled Drake's virtues on here. These are two of the best in the British scene, and two still somehow relatively hidden gems. BA gets a lot of attention for deathmatch stuff, and rightly so. I've seen him up close and personal, literally in 2 different continents, applying his trade in that regard. But these two should be talked about more as 2 of the best actual wrestlers. I say actual wrestlers, I don't mean to disparage anything, any other style of wrestling whatsoever. But these guys are going to deliver an absolute war. It's going to be physical. JC says it in the newsletter. It's going to be brutality personified.
Yeah. Paul, you looking forward to this one?
Yeah, again, the same as you. There's so many people that I have fantasy booked HT Drake with, I'd like to see, like Sean Only, Tim Strange, some of these that you just know will be, just absolutely brutal, but I've never ever put him together with BA Rose, and same as you. I just wonder, why I've never done that.
Crazy, isn't it? Sounds really mental.
Yeah.
But yeah, this could be the match where, again, every match has the potential to steal the show, as with any True Grit. For the last couple of years, you look at a True Grit card, you look at it, and every match has the potential to steal the show. This one, and I don't know, man. I'm just trying to pick a winner now. I've kind of talked myself back into a corner with like saying, we should predict the winners for every match like we normally do. Then we get to this match, and I'm like, oh shit.
That's what you get. That's what you get. You can't get splinters in your ass on this one.
HT Drake. There we go.
Any particular reason, or just gut feeling?
Mental flip of the coin. Literally, just mental flip of the coin. I just think as well because Drake is more of a regular. BA Rose kind of goes a bit of like an appeal matinee star attraction. When you see BA, it's like a big deal. He's not there all the time. So do you give the win to that guy, or do you give the win to the guy who
he does come back and win? No, not most of the time, doesn't he?
Yeah.
So it is a tough one.
But I think Drake will be looking to get back on the horse and get back to winning ways, though, after getting beat by Priscilla last time out. So Drake's out for blood. BA is always out for blood. It really is difficult to call. Yeah. I'm gonna go. Fine. I'm gonna flip the other coin. I'm gonna go BA Rose.
Paul, it's on you, buddy.
I got the decider.
Yep.
I'm with Nick. I'm gonna go for HT on this one. Yeah. Same reason as Nick. I feel like he may need that win. A little bit more. Definitely out to prove a point.
There's a case as well that Drake has a a title shot in hand as well, because he never got to face Kemper at
True.
WrestleFest.
Yeah.
Drake's going to have to get that somewhere down the line. And I know, well, depending on who wins the True Grit Games, the main event of this show, and another on titles, we're talking about titles. Certain Meat Wagon have been making noise about coming back for their tag title rematch that they never got.
I think I stirred the pot on that one. I think I put something on there. I think I stirred the pot on it saying they never got a title shot. I think I said it on here, and yeah, they picked up on it. They never got the rematch.
Well,
just lit the fuse for it in 2X and just ran and watched them argue.
Oh, brilliant.
Without Tom McManus as well, they'd be coming back as face. Again, because they're facing the regime as well, as much as, you might not like Meat Wagon, they're not, people would probably cheer them over, the other guys.
Thomas doesn't have to watch him behind his hands now because he's scared of Tom McManus.
There you go.
I thought it was just the glare off his shoes that was...
No, he was legitimately scared of Tom McManus. All these guys, like these big guys that have come over, like Nathan beating up his dad, but no, Thomas was scared of Tom McManus. Wouldn't go anywhere near him.
Oh, I love it. Right.
Yes, the mustache.
Next matches we're rattling through.
Yes.
And look at the goddamn size of this match. Paul's favourite, Nathan Black versus Kid Lycos 2. Both of them actually been on tour out in the US in recent months. Very different styles. Lycos is there with the speed and the shenanigans. Nathan's the big old shit house. Just for Paul's benefit, but he's the powerhouse of the match. It's definitely going to be a mix. A bit of blend of styles, as it were, but it's going to be a good one, isn't it, really?
Yeah. Oh, God.
You're going to see Nathan get kicked in the face a lot, Paul. You'll enjoy that.
Yeah. Definitely.
Well, we've, Paul, man, we've talked about this via messages. We're both of the thinking that Nathan is on a roll. He's going to start building momentum. Again, depending on who wins that main event, will we eventually get a Nathan versus Kemper down the line? Is Nathan the next True Grit champion? Can you imagine Nathan Black with the title? How insufferable would he be? How much would he just wind?
I just don't think he can get any more than he already is.
What you think that? Then you put the belt on him, mate.
Yeah.
It's going to be freaking next level.
Yeah.
It would be interesting to see Nathan actually take on someone his own size for a change.
There's nobody the size of Nathan Black. Look at that goddamn size of him.
Well, he only takes on people much smaller than him. And you're on about him facing Kemper, and Kemper's much bigger. So
no, he's not. Kemper's a little man compared to Nathan. Nathan's huge. Nathan's like the great Khali of British wrestling.
I don't even have a comeback to that. So I guess we know who you're picking then.
Yeah, I've got, as much as obviously Kid Lycos 2 is amazing. The dude is quality. But for story purposes, for momentum purposes, for that eventual maybe, I've kind of got it in my head now. I think Nathan's going to be up and around that title shot at some point, or title picture. Because we can only have Brady and Music and those guys in it for so long. Depending on who keeps the belt, then I think we're going to get some fresh faces in the main event scene. It's Nathan for me.
Interesting. Paul?
Just for the hell of it. I spoke about it with Nick a lot. As horrible as it sounds, I think that Nathan's on his way to the top. Need that heel to be chasing the face champion, but I don't know. I'm kind of changing my mind on who I think will be champion, and obviously that will come later. But I'm still going to go with Nathan on this one, but I feel it's going to be a great match. It's no secret that Nathan's PPW. Kid Lycos is now training there as well and holding seminars. They work very closely together, and they'll be talking about it, planning, and yeah, it's going to be an insane match.
Good guys and bad guys talking before the match? No.
Yeah.
What are you saying, Paul? What do you mean by that, Paul?
You'll be telling me Santa's not real next.
Yeah.
Well, it's a second clean sweep because I do think it's going to be Nathan Black. He's been on a roll as well. I think last 2 matches he's taken out Ernest Boggs and Mega Calibre. So yeah, I think it's a start of a little bit of a tear for Nathan. But it's going to be fascinating, like you say. 2 guys know each other very well, train together, work together. Yeah, I'm excited for it. And as much shit as I give Nathan Black, I people love to hate him.
Yeah.
I'm going to go on record and say this. He is the embodiment of, when people like wrestling, when you don't like a wrestler or you kind of written them off, you don't like them, and you don't even give them a second chance a year and a half, 2 years down the road. Nathan, when I first saw him in True Grit, he was my sig break. Whenever Nathan came out, I was like, fuck this. Don't like the guy. I'm going out for smoke. Then he had that strap match with Lou Nixon. I had to watch that match because it was Lou Nixon. And then I started appreciating Nathan. I was like, okay.
That's the first match I saw Nathan in. So, yeah, first match I saw him in was that strap match.
But if I'd have kept that mentality of, well, I'm not giving him like another chance, don't like him, I'd be missing out on so much good stuff now. So just because you don't like somebody, people get better all the time. People learn. Give them a chance. Down a second chance. Give them another match.
I'm the opposite, really. Because when I first came to True Grit, that was the first match that I saw, and really, it's no secret that we came down for Wes, but I thought that guy's incredible. But I'm more the opposite now. Whereas the more that I know of him, the more that I'm inclined to go for the piss when he comes out. So.
I wonder why that would be. Well, funnily enough, I first saw Nathan at Rise, not True Grit. So I was sort of loosely aware of him, but I'd seen him a few times come out and just instant obnoxious. And I'm thinking, what the fuck is this guy? And then a couple of times, then you realise actually, I'm quite enjoying hating him in that weird way that wrestling gives us. So yeah, it is. All that stuff aside, it is good to see him doing well. I've been to a couple of PPW and house shows, got the chance to have a bit of a chat with him.
That's it. I love Nathan now. I wouldn't dream of going out and want to. I'll come running back in. As soon as I hear him pick up the mic. This is awesome. He's the guy you love to hate now.
If we separate the man from the character, sort of thing, just for a second.
Oh yeah, for a second. He's an awesome human being.
Not too long.
He is one of the very few. I just love a heel that is an actual heel. No part of me wants to cheer him, as great as he is and great as he is in the ring now. No part of me wants to cheer him at all. He's just a heel personified.
Because even when he manages to be funny, he still finds a way to just be a dick.
Yeah. Right. So what's next on this one?
Next up, the first title match of the night for the Pride Championship, a match that is absolutely mouth-watering on paper. Adam Bolt versus Shay Monet. Now, I've seen Shay's work in ICW for a good while before Shay came out to True Grit. Absolutely immense having Shay in every time. I'm on record as saying that I think Shay's one of the best in the UK. I said that on Twitter after Showtime Slam. And Adam Bolt is there'll be more on this after this next show. I've mentioned to you guys what it is. I'm not going to go into full detail here, but there's I've got a little something in the works regarding Adam Bolt, because I've been going back over this year's shows, and Adam Bolt is turning that Pride Championship for me into True Grit's Intercontinental Championship. That whole thing of the IC title is the Workers' Championship. The chicanery and Jackie T and the shenanigans and the way the matches end aside, Adam Bolt, I think, has the most incredible body of work for True Grit this year.
Yeah,
I won't go into too much more, but keep your eyes peeled. There'll be something a bit more long form with my thoughts on that. I've gone into a bit of a deep dive on a few things. But this match is going to be no different. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. You know, Jackie T with his John Virgo waistcoats will still be there. That's a topical reference for everybody over 30.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
And this is why I think with the show of respect from Shea to Sammy Blue after their match at Showtime Slam, I think, and I'd really love and I hope to see Sammy in Shea's corner. But this match, as great as everything else on the card is going to be, this is my early pick for match of the night. And I've said my piece there. And if you lads want to jump in for a little bit, I need to take a swig of my drink.
Paul, I'll leave it to you. I'll have the last word on this one.
Yeah. No, there's not really much you can add on to what you've said, really. We've seen Adam against Sammy. We've seen Shea against Sammy, and then this is the the coming together of the missing part. I can't remember. Did they have a match at the games last year?
Ooh,
I know that Shea Monet was in the tournament, and I know Adam Bolt was, but
this is the first encounter at True Grit. They've had this
first
match.
encounter at True Grit. I know they were both in it, but I couldn't remember if they'd faced before. But no, it's going to be incredible. You know, the two matches that have had Sammy in and Adam and Shea, you know, without them meeting each other. I think that we've Adam down for the match of the night, and then Adam had that best match I've ever seen live against Tony Wright. It's going to be insane, isn't it? Mouth watering.
Yeah. And I just wanted to say as well, before Nick gets his last word in, when I say about Adam having the body of work in True Grit, that's, again, your favourite phrase, Nick, not to besmirch any other champion in there.
No.
But every other title has changed hands this year in True Grit.
Yeah.
So, and Adam Bolt's the only one to successfully defend it so far. Yeah. I mean, his title, that being. So, yeah. Anyway, Mr. Towers.
Again, anyone who's watched any episodes we've ever done previously or heard us talk about Adam Bolt knows of my feelings. The dude's awesome. He's one of my favourite talents in this country right now. Like I said, his work ethic, his body. That ladder match embodied what I'd said. I'm always comparing him to like about 96 HBK. HBK, like when he was IC champ, just to make that connection as well, kind of thing. Before he became the world champ, it was just his matches would always deliver. He made the opponent look like $1 million. He made himself look like $1 trillion. The dude just never failed to deliver. His selling is on point, his offense is on point. He just doesn't put a foot wrong. I know him and Shea, have had this match at other promotions. They know each other so well. The chemistry is just going to be there. I'm with you, Dan. This is as much as I'm hyped for the HT Drake BA Rose match, for the Lycos Nathan Black match. This is the match where, if it does what I hope it does, it will run away with the show. And again, like you just said, like I always say, it's not to besmirch anyone. It's just, these two guys could absolutely steal the show.
Yeah. And I'm going to go first for once on the predictions. Adam Bolt retains.
Yeah.
You don't sound too happy about that. I would love a Shea win.
I would.
A Shea Monet win means more Shea Monet in True Grit, which is never a bad thing. Yeah, but I don't know. Adam's on such a roll at the minute. I don't see that stopping.
I do want to see Jason Joshua rematch against Adam and get down the line though as well, which I'm kind of hoping.
Yeah, that'd be great. I'd love to see that. But yeah, I think we're all in agreement then, just with Paul slightly more reluctant than me and Nick.
Yeah. No, I had nothing against Adam Bolt. Yeah, just I'd like to see Shea win, but I don't know. Shea comes in and goes, not a permanent sort of fixture. But guess if Shea wins, would be more permanent. So yeah.
Either way, we do also need that. We do need that Cash Money Sammy Blue rematch as well. At some
Yes.
point.
Or no, we need that tag match with Shane, Sammy versus Jackie and Adam.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
But what
That's
if
my
it
thing. We need Jackie in the ring.
What
We
if
need
it
to get
ends
to
in a
see what Jackie
DQ?
can do. Oh shit, yeah. You know, but we need to. We talked about this on the
Maybe a
previous
Jackie
episode.
T heel turn and Shay winning. Imagine that.
Yeah, I want that tag match. That's it. My mind's set on that tag match. So we want Jackie
Yeah.
T. We
I
talked
won't
about this
ruin the
before.
fun then.
We want Jackie T in the ring. We've seen what he can
Yeah.
do as a manager, but we know from seeing him in the Rumble, seeing the spots, his selling and everything like that. Jackie T's boss. He can go in the ring, and him and Adam as a team against Sammy and Jay would just be like, yeah. Again, fantasy booking.
Yeah.
That's what we do. It's a good thing you say about tag teams, though, because that brings us nicely onto the semi-main event, the penultimate match on the newsletter list. It's Misery Business, former tag team champions, challenging the current champions, the Underpants Gnomes, also known as the Regime, Franco Fay and Brad Matthews, with Sash banned from ringside. As Bobby Cash put it, he's done that for Sash for his own good, because Sash has got the main event to focus on. He's got 5 other guys to rest. Well, 3. Let's face it. He's not going to fight Brady or Riley, is he? But yeah, the tag team titles on the line. Former champions versus current champions. It's going to be a very bloody good match.
Yeah. After the WrestleFest as well, there's a score to settle, isn't there, with Misery Business. They were fuming with the shenanigans that took place in the last match, so they won't be looking for any mistakes this time, will they?
No, plus it says Sash is banned from ringside.
But
It
it's
doesn't
Joey.
say anything about Joey.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah, as we all know, the mouth will pop up probably.
Yeah, in some way or other. But great to see Misery Business back.
And and functioning as well. It's been a few months now. I think they've put all the issues behind them, and
it's made me appreciate them that little bit more than he already did, because when I thought that it was looking that the days were numbered and they were going to implode, and we were going to see them square off against each other, I actually realised how much I was going to miss them as a tag team before that actually happened, and it never actually happened. But yeah, just that thought of thinking we're not going to have Misery Business anymore. That's when I've realised how much I appreciate them.
Yeah, that's very true, and it's going to be great to see these 4 knock the shit out of each other in it.
Yes,
in a true great ring. Unfortunately, I do think the shenanigans are going to happen once again, and we're going to have the same champions as who walked in. I think the Regime will find a way. They always do. If it's Joey Slade coming out, maybe later in the match trying to have an impact, or you never know, it might be Ivy. Maybe a new member.
Maybe a new member.
I don't know anything about it. It just feels like the sort of time of year for that kind of thing, doesn't it? With everything going on in WWE and all that, but
yeah,
we'll see. Yeah. So yeah, I'm having to go with the Regime against my better judgment. What do you guys reckon?
I'm exactly the same as you. I know that Sash is there. Hopefully, this gets to Bobby in time and he can amend what he's already put in and add Joey to that list. But yeah, I just think whatever you do to try and counter the shenanigans, that they're always going to be one step ahead. That's what they do. That's how they operate. A bit like the Miz, always that slimy, snaky way of getting out of a problem. So yeah, I can't help but see past the Regime, and as talented as they are as well, but it's always shenanigans.
I think JC will be sat there on that shiny new chair that was lovingly made for him.
Yeah.
Overseeing the match. I've got a sort of obviously massive fan of Misery Business. I'm in the majority here where, I love Franco. I think, I love Brad. Those guys are amazing. I'm just hyped to see Alan and Franco kind of square off. You know, as cliched as it is, you know, the immovable object meets the unstoppable force. You got Joe versus Brad as well, which is just going to be technical and kicky and fast. It's going to be a banging match, but with the regime. Reluctant to call them my boys, but you know, I'm a massive fan of those two guys as well. So yeah, it's a clean sweep again, all three of us, and still your tag team champions. The regime. I'm saying that a lot now because I can actually say it. A few months ago I couldn't say the regime, but I've figured it out now, so I'm just going to keep saying it. Regime. Regime.
I thought you had the new merch on for a second. I just saw the flat top and I saw the top of the yellow right, and I thought you had the shirt on.
No, I'm dreading the day.
I've been looking at it all night. Like, has he got that regime shirt on?
No. It's the other very good faction in wrestling history. It's not the regime.
Yeah.
I'm dreading the day that JC makes the regime shirt uniform for anybody working on merch or anything.
Like, nope.
You know it's coming, and if it's not, I'm just giving him the idea. Bollocks.
I know, yeah.
So we are up to the main events. 6 men go to battle. No DQ, elimination, True Grit games for the gold. Obviously, Kemper comes in as champ. This is just going to be fucking chaos. This is going to be...
I'm just going to reel it off. I'm just going to reel off this match.
Yeah.
Champion Kemper facing off against former champion Brady Phillips, facing off against the champ that never was and probably should have been in Vucic, facing off against one of the fastest rising up and coming talents in True Grit and in British wrestling, who we are all in agreement he's going to be a main eventer sooner rather than later, Riley Nova. Facing off against one of the most violent men in all of wrestling, in deathmatch wrestling, in regular wrestling. He showed what he could do, taking out his hellbound teammate in Joey Slade, Alton Thorne. And then a bin personified in Sacker's trash.
I love how everybody else gets this massive hype. It's like, yeah, fucking awesome. Blah, 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 blah. And Sash.
Yeah.
Dan. You've done him dirty, man. You've done him dirty.
Well, I'm sorry. He might have 3 belts to his name, but he's not done a single fucking thing to earn any of them. The paper champion, the coaster of coattails.
I'm not laughing.
Work the left side's biggest fan until this very moment, Cash Money Sash.
I still love you, Sash.
Oh, you creep! He must have really tasty boots.
Okay, I was looking for a tasty elbow drop. I love a good elbow drop as well. So, but I'm saying that I'm bigging Sash up, but my other boy as well. You know, Alton. How long have I been sort of on that soapbox?
Yes.
I need Alton in True Grit. Obviously, we got him in York. We got him against Joey. Mate, I was so happy. And then he got announced for this match, and I was just like, oh, you know, I nearly had that moment of high school girl fainting. But I was like, I stood up at the time and they announced it. I was like, my legs went weak. I was like leaning against the wall for support. I was like, yes, we get Alton Thorne at the left bank. How awesome is that?
And
I'll be desperate to strip that title off the champion, maybe.
Well, that's
added Alton Thorne into it.
Well,
I thought they were mates.
No DQ.
I put a spanner in the works there.
No DQ as well, though.
I know.
Alton's
putting the most dangerous man there into the match.
It's
Shout out to Billy O'Keefe as well. It's a shame that he just missed out on this match, I believe. I feel if there was a 7th spot, it'd have gone to him, but there was quite a noise from the crowd when Bobby was making the announcement for his pick, and I think there was a few people that were expecting Billy O'Keefe. But yeah, Alton, fantastic. Glad to see him in there. And mixing it with Sash. They've had some exchanges over the socials, so I'll be glad to see him get his hands on him.
You say that about Alton. He could well be coming in carrying an injury because he took a rather nasty incident involving skewers in his eyeball in a match recently. I can't remember who it was with or where it was, but you know, as they say, this ain't ballet, and I think it might have been Antonio Gonzalez. Anyway, so he's been wrestling with an eye patch for the last couple of weeks. I don't know when that's due to be healed. So Alton's coming in carrying an injury, but that don't make him any less dangerous. And
probably makes him more.
I love the big lads wrestling, big meaty men slapping me. It's great stuff. Alton and Kemper squaring off, two bulls, two big violent bastards, is going to be beautiful. And seeing how like Vusic and Riley Nova and Brady's been in a good few, you know, sort of violent scrapes, but has he faced anything like Alton? As Vusic, as Riley Nova, Sash probably knows what he's getting in for because he's been pun intended, he's been a thorn in Alton's side.
Yeah.
But I will go for that low hanging fruit. I can't help it. And just how violent is Alton going to go? You're right. He could be the real X factor in this match.
Stinging nettles for everyone, mate. Stinging nettles all around.
No, thank you.
Get the aloe vera ready.
So I'll tell you what. Should we do two predictions for this match? Who's the first eliminated?
Oh.
And who's going to win?
Oh.
No, I don't have an answer for this. I was hoping someone would either come to me as I was talking up. You guys don't have something off the top of your head. But I'm going to say that Sash will be the first eliminated. But with it being no DQ, I don't foresee that being the last of his involvement in the match.
I agree with that. I think, for whatever reason, Sash will be eliminated, but he won't vacate ringside. You know, he'll still be involved. He'll still be grabbing at people's legs or, you know, interfering in some shape.
But as for the winner, it's so hard to call.
Kemper for me still, as much, you know. Yeah, I've still got to back my boy. You know, I've been Team Kemper since day one, since he turned up at the Rumble.
Yeah.
You know, before that, you know. So, you know, again though, Vooz, if Kemper doesn't win, I hope it's Vooz. That's all I'll say.
I get that. Paul, any idea for first eliminated and for the winner?
Yeah, it's going to shock you. I'm basing off the others. I've already got my winner.
You messaged me the other day saying, "Imagine if Sash becomes champ," and I was like, "No."
That is honestly what I'm going with. That's what I'm going with. As much as I hate the idea, I just feel that the regime is gonna have all the belts.
Brady's right there.
I feel like they've got to, if they want to take over, as they're saying they are, they've got to have that big title. And I think Sash is going to get it as much as I hate it. I don't know how it's going to be done. 20-man pile on Kemper or something. I just see Sash walking out with it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Have you been drinking?
You can probably tell by my face I'm hating the idea of it, but I'm having nightmares about it since.
You don't do it, you just say it, don't you?
Ever since he was put in that match, I can't see anything else happening. But
can you imagine if Kemper's the first one eliminated and we know we're going to get a new champ?
Yeah.
Oh, where did that happen?
To be honest, I just feel Riley he'll be the first eliminated for some reason. I'm feeling if it's going the way that I think it'll go, the idea of the heels like being eliminated first, like, oh yeah, face is going to win the title, we're all going home happy, and then all of a sudden, boom, Sash is going to walk out with a champ. And with the tag team champs, I think all the gold's at the regime after Friday night.
The only thing that's in the back of my head.
I put a right downer on it, and you can hear a pin drop in this thing now, but yeah.
Yeah, with the Pride title being regime adjacent as well.
Yeah. And
The only thing
Alexis,
and Alexis, yeah.
kind
the only
of,
thing-
yeah. Well, Ivy
the-
did as much as she could to make sure that Rio lost that title, so might as well have handed it to Alexis Falcon. And I just feel it's after Friday night, it's a clean sweep regime with all the True Grit gold.
The only thing in the back of my head is the tease of Vuzic having like a huge match in York. What if that huge match is his first title defense? You know, and they're kind of celebrating him being the champ by giving him this first time ever in True Grit opponent.
Yeah,
That's in the back of my head as a maybe. But
I've not thought of that.
I don't think that's the right tree to be barking up. I'm
just,
really,
again,
Yeah.
I'm really torn on this one. It'd be amazing though, actually, because if you're in the Patreon and you're on the Discord, the match for that wrestler coming in has been announced. We're obviously not going to say anything here.
well,
Hey?
is it who I thought it was?
I can't remember who you thought it was, so stop asking questions before we. I'll tell you off air, and I'll screenshot you so you know I'm not lying. I'll go back and find it on the Discord.
No, I believe you. Just tell me afterwards then, because it's not overkill to say that I'm overly excited if it is who I hope it is. But
I've still got to pick my winner, and I don't know. The longer we've been talking, the more I've been thinking a title change might happen. And I was kind of thinking along your lines, Paul. It was possible.
Sash will be rubbing his hands together listening to this, won't he? Sash, we don't think you're good. We just think you're a twat. That'll somehow get the title.
No.
Don't let that ego swell.
Whoa.
I was going to say Riley.
Oh, okay.
I said along those lines.
Oh.
I'm not.
Back up then, in case Sash comes after me.
Do you really think I'd have stayed quiet that long if you'd have pulled out that same kind of left field bullshit as I was thinking? Anyway, I picked Sash already to be first eliminated.
Oh yeah, of course you did. Yeah.
Yeah. I think there's going to be a bit of an implosion in the regime. I'm going to go almost as mental. I'm going to go Riley Nova.
Wow.
Yeah. I think that's what we're going to get. We're going to end up after that. It's going to be Brady trying to be happy for his protege. We're going to get the Triple H, Batista, Randy Orton moment. Yeah, the thumbs up, thumbs down.
Ooh.
I do reserve the right to change my mind.
I wouldn't be opposed to that. That would be, again, that would just be amazing. That would be like Wrestling 101 storytelling, must see TV. Like what the fuck happens next if Riley ends that show with the gold? The fans are going to be like, right, that's what's going to, a lot of things will sell tickets to the next show, but that is a massive box to tick where people are going to be like, right, we need to see what the hell is going to happen next. Now Riley's champ. What?
Plus, we've already seen in the number one contender tag team match that Riley will try and take the fall if there's no other opportunity, or if there's if Brady isn't there.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Look, you watch it. It's going to end up being a lot simpler, and Kemper's going to smash through everybody, and Nick's going to be right. But
it's not a bad thing,
that's what's beautiful about this match in a way, because
there's no wrong answer. If any one of these guys becomes
person, couldn't we? Sorry, Nick. Go on.
Sash.
I was going to say there's no wrong precise. Well, in Dan's opinion, besides Sash, but there's no wrong answer. Anyone could win this match and become champion.
And if you spoke about it, and said, why could Alton be champion? Why would Vucic be champion? And you could work your way through them, and everyone you could reasonably say, I could see them taking it with a little explanation. There's no one that seems to be just there for making it a 6-man match. It doesn't seem that way. It's not like it's not chemical, is it? It's like natural. They're there. They're there because they deserve to be there, and because they are a genuine, credible, next champion, credible threat to Kemper, and everything's viable.
apart from Sash. Oh, he's actually. It's going to be well embarrassing for all the shit I talk. One day, Sash is going to chin me, and I'll go down like a sack of spuds.
He watches this more than anyone. You need to. We'll be losing a subscriber soon.
No, that's what. Don't leave me, Sash. Sash.
All I would say is, Nick, imagine. I'm just imagining the look on your face if we end up with a hellbound world champion.
Dude, yeah, I'd kind of try and refrain from the smugness. You know, I might turn up on the next episode with one of the t-shirts. But...
Would Joey go after it if he did?
No, Joey knows.
Not after the last one. Not after the last time they faced off.
Yeah, yeah.
Or imagine if Joey chose Hellbound and tried to help Alton during the match.
No, not happening. Nope.
We were on the cusp of breaking Nick. Then I could see it.
Nope.
Yeah.
No. Joey's got integrity. Damn it, he's the reason.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, he does. Shush.
He does.
Yeah, he does. But no, either way, man, the fact we've just talked so much about this main event and the possibility of every single person credibly, winning, or what it could be if they did win, or how excited we would be for the next show. Where it would take us if any of these guys won.
Apart from
I'll let
Sash.
Dan pipe up besides Sash. It's just, and that's the main event. This is what everything's leading up to. But the 6 matches we've talked about prior to the main event, we've generally got so excited about every match. This is just gonna be, oh man, this is True Grit's always great. We say this all the time, but I'm legitimately freaking hyper hyped for this show. I just think it's gonna be, it just keeps getting better.
Yeah, it's going to be amazing. They keep finding fresh matchups because this is majority like core roster members.
Yeah,
these are people who've been in and around True Grit for at least a few shows each, at the minimum, and it's incredible. It's incredible the way that this has been done off the back of effectively homegrown talent. It's great when we get the imports in. It's great when we get people who aren't normally around. But for the longest time now, we're going on years now. I want to know what's next with the quote unquote the regulars. It's just been. I'll just go back to my old saying: nobody's doing it like True Grit at the minute.
No.
Nobody's got me that invested, and I can't wait.
Stories matter, stakes matter, consequences. I keep saying this, it's just exhibition matches are cool, but I'm not emotionally involved. True Grit gets me emotionally involved. True Grit, I look forward to one-off matches, things like that. But as a wrestling fan, I'm going to appreciate the art, how beautiful it is. But I don't care about it. Either guy could win and it's fine. It's great. True Grit matches, I care about who wins. I'm invested. I'm emotional. I am literally just hyped about it. So, yeah, we cannot undersell how great a job True Grit are doing at telling stories, at making the fans care, and making us want to go to every show.
Yeah. The mad thing about this card is, I can't remember which card which show we were looking at, where we said there's so many opportunities for this a certain match out of it to be match of the night, and we seem quite quick to jump to the Adam Bolt and Shea Monet, and quite rightfully so. But when you sort of then take a step back out of it and look at the card again, and you think Gungo and Sammy, Nathan and Kid Lykos, this 6-man match, I don't think it's as clear cut with who and BA Rose and HC. I've near enough named the full card. You sort of look at each match and you think that any of them, I don't think it's as clear cut who's going to have match of the night, but that collectively on one card, that's going to be one hell of a fucking night.
Exactly. He swore. It took us an hour.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that was well done when we got onto Sash. Yeah, I think I swore about 8 times during that. But
I did say earlier though, every match has the potential to steal the show. It's just my money's on the Adam Bolt shame on A.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if one of the other matches stole it. Every match has that potential, and that is a great wrestling show. There's no filler. It's all substance.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, not a single filler. Yeah.
Anyway,
it's going to be mint.
Yes, it is. So this Friday at Leeds at the Left Bank, obviously True Grit Games. Hopefully you've already got your ticket. If you haven't, what are you waiting for, man? Get there, buy a ticket, turn up, enjoy the show. We'll embrace you, have a great time. Trust me, you will be going home with a massive smile on your face, and we'll see you in York for the next one, because a little bit's not enough. You're going to get that taste and you're going to want more. You're going to devour it like hungry wrestling fans. So this is how excited I am. I never talk this much, but I'm just like, So,
and it's cheaper beer in York.
That's true. And it's better service as well, personally speaking, I would say.
No, the staff at Left Bank are fantastic.
Oh, yeah. Again, they're not to be smirched, mate. They are good, but they're not Dan's Cans level.
Oh, God. Right, I've got my cheap plug for the night. Shall we take this on?
Gentlemen, this is the point where I can't see shit on my screen. So if you've put your social media names or handles under your faces, your pretty faces, then you don't need to tell me. If you haven't, you want to shout it out?
No, I forgot. It's at Dan Griffin 21 on Twitter. Just pop along there. Just any wrestling I'm watching, places I'm going, shit happening. It's all in my verbal diarrhea there. If you want to hear more of me talking about stuff, head over to Unbooking the Territory at UTT Podcast for all the wrestling content. And if you're a fan of sci-fi, head over to SJP World Media for the Doctor Who pod. And finally, I do a bit of football commentary over there as well with my strike partner, the magnificent Matt Lewis, on the volley. And we cover mostly Premier League, but can be a bit of anything. So,
jumpers the goalpost. Yes. Oh, kids in the park. Jumpers the goalpost. Oh, those.
No, we're not watching Kids in the Park, Nick. For God's sake.
This always happens at the end of an episode. I apologize. I can't remember what I was on about. Oh, it's with somebody else. It was on about the character could take a very gnarly turn. Candy Stan at Wrestle Island. If he ever turned heel, that would be very questionable. But Paul, do you want to shout out your handles?
Yeah, I think it's Paul Stewart Art. Like normally, I just skip through this part and say, forget about me. But the Paul Stewart Art, I'm actually starting to pick up the paintbrushes a bit more now. I've done quite a few paintings at the moment. I'll try and keep it short and sweet, but with the announcements for the Love of Wrestling next year, I'm hoping to have a stall there and selling original art as well as prints and everything. So I'm going to try and pick it up on that page a bit and get my artwork out there. So yeah, see what I'm coming up with at the moment. Really excited with some of the guests that they've announced. So I've been cracking away painting all them.
Give Paul a follow. I'm a massive mark for good artwork, and anybody who is artistically inclined gets much respect. So please do give Paul a follow. Obviously, give Dan a follow as well. Anybody who does commentary and talks wrestling and talks about Doctor Who is always awesome. But yeah, that's it really. Obviously, I should kind of sort of plug us. Hopefully, you already know who we are. We all work the left side. WTLS 420 on Twitter. My boy Ash on Insta at WTLS 316. Give us a follow. Say hi. There's plenty of reels on the Instagram account now of various promotions, True Grits, wrestling in Newcastle, UKW, which I've just started going to, which I've got some awesome young talent at the moment. But yeah, as always, thank you for watching. Hit like, subscribe, share, comment, all the generic stuff we ask you to do. And remember, always work the left side. Say goodbye, gentlemen.
Goodbye, gentlemen.
See you Friday.